Hey YouTube, it's Weird Paul. It's mail day again, and today's package comes from subscriber Dave Hooser. So let's take a look at what I got. This is pretty special. These are HBO Guides from the early 80s. I got to watch HBO for about 7 months between 1982 and 1983, but we weren't paying for it. It just mysteriously came in on our television on Channel 5. Because we hadn't ordered it, we didn't get the monthly HBO Guide. I always looked at the ones that my friends had, and I was jealous of them. So, I'm excited to finally have some of my own. In a time before the internet, these guides gave you more info about the available movies. Let's take a look at what was on HBO back then. The first guide here is for May 1980. It has the Academy Award-winning movie The Deer Hunter on the cover. They were showing the most recent James Bond movie, Moonraker, and the previous one, The Spy Who Loved Me. Red Skeleton's Funny Faces, which featured one of my favorite performance artists, Mummenschanz. David Cronenberg's latest film, The Brood, aired that month, as well as Watership Down, and the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie was only shown once.
What's up, Doc?
And HBO original programming included Consumer Reports' The Medicine Show and Coupling, Sexual Lifestyles in the 80s. It featured swinging, swapping, and computer mating.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Speaking of 2001: A Space Odyssey, it premiered on HBO in January 1981, the same month as the special edition of Close Encounters of the Third Kind aired. Dot and the Kangaroo, wow, that's something I remember seeing on HBO when I was 12. That month also featured Humanoids from the Deep, and there were the specials Beautiful Baby Beautiful with Christy Brinkley and Candid Camera, frisky, risque adult humor where host Alan Funt peeked in your bedroom windows. Ooh, how kinky. The August 1984 HBO Guide heralded the premiere of Tom Cruise in Risky Business. There was also the teen comedy sequel Porky's 2 and the Michael Keaton comedy Mr. Mom. For the kids, there was Snoopy Come Home and Animal Olympics. There were also some long-running HBO series that I saw as a pre-teen. Like Video Jukebox, which was my first exposure to music videos, and Comedy Jukebox, which I don't think I ever saw. The hilarious news satire Not Necessarily the News, which I watched on April 14th, 1983, and of course, Fraggle Rock, which I watched many times, one of them being April 13th, 1983. September 1984 was the month that HBO premiered Best Picture winner Gandhi. There were also the comedies Deal of the Century and Private School for Girls. Thrills and chills were provided by Krull and Cujo. And HBO also presented a special look at the nightmare of cocaine.
Ah, I love it.
All Summer in a Day, based on a Ray Bradbury story, was also showing. This was another one that I saw back in 1983, on March 17th. I was actually home from school that day because I'd hurt my foot. Aww. HBO also had a contest that month. You could win free HBO for a year and get to ride on the Fraggle Rock float in Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Damn!
Finally, I got an HBO Guide from October 1984. This was when The Big Chill premiered. On Halloween, they were showing the terrifying films The Entity and Deadly Blessing. I Go Pogo, nearly forgotten today, was something that I watched on HBO on November 17th, 1982.
That's rare.
There was also Pat Benatar in concert, Richard Pryor Here and Now, even more all-new unexpurgated Benny Hill, and here's one that everyone who grew up back then will remember, HBO Family Playhouse's The Electric Grandmother. This HBO Guide also offered Fraggle Rock dolls for $14.99 each, and the back cover promised some excitement ahead, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Looking at these old HBO guides brings back so many memories. Thanks to Dave Hooser for passing them on to me. I hope that you enjoyed this Mail Day video, and if you did, don't forget to click on the like button down below. I'll see you soon with more memories. Thanks, YouTube.